Hello, Chad Otters from Academy Snowboards. Still talking, episode 9. Today I wanted to make a little bit more in-depth video. A video on the materials that go in our snowboards and snowboards in general. I've been involved in making snowboards for a very long time. I used to work at a snowboard factory in northern Minnesota called Kingpin Snowboards. I was the wood core guy. I would end the day every day with slivers in my fingers. Painful job, but I loved it. I loved the experience. Today we make our Academy snowboards at the Never Summer factory in Denver. In my opinion, they make the best snowboards in the world, and I wanted to go over the materials that we use. To start off, we use polythermal top sheets, matte top sheets, as opposed to glossy top sheets. Glossy top sheets are going to get weird stress fractures in them and look ugly halfway through the season. Just kind of break down. I really like our matte top sheets. On the Chris Roach Master Series, we use a higher level carbonium top sheets, which is going to be a little bit more durable and just going to look different on the hill. But all of our top sheets are amazing. We use sintered bases as opposed to an extruded base. An extruded base is not porous. It's not going to hold wax. When the wax falls off, it's going to get slow and horrible. Super hard to kind of just keep waxed. A sintered base is porous. The more you wax it, the more wax is going to hold in those pores. Stronger it's going to be, the less likely it's going to be to dry out. The faster it's going to be. I like to start out the year by using cold weather wax on my base and then leaving the board in the sun and letting all those pores open up and the wax just soak in there. And I like to do that throughout the winter if I can. If you get a hot day, wax your board, throw it in the sun. It's awesome. So yeah, sintered bases, best bases out there. We use ultralight wood cores, one-piece wood core. If you've ever been sitting on a chairlift and you have a heavy snowboard and there's two skiers on both sides of you, you can't get your foot on the footrest and your foot falls asleep and you're getting off the top of the chair and you're like, I'm going to fall over, my foot fell asleep, I don't know. And then you stop the chair, ruin the day for everybody else because they're sitting on a stopped chair. You don't want to be that guy and you don't want to have your foot fall asleep. So ultralight wood core is where it's at. Even on the Chris Roach, we have ultralight wood core where he milled it down even more. So it's just that much lighter. I really like wood cores that are ultralight. A lot of brands make different styles of wood throughout the wood core, use different wood. If you go to their website, you can see that. I don't like that because the more different styles of woods you use, it might ride a little bit better at the beginning, but that board's going to break down within a month because of all the different moving parts in that wood core. So yeah, solid ultralight wood core. We use P-Tech sidewalls. This is a Never Summer special. They pioneered the P-Tech sidewall as opposed to an ABS sidewall. ABS sidewalls are a little bit more stiff and strong and snappy. Now I shouldn't say strong, but stiff and snappy. As opposed to P-Tech sidewalls has a little bit more sponge to it. The ABS sidewall is going to break down, it's going to crack. It's just not going to hold up. Your board's going to be smoked in a month, where the P-Tech sidewall, your board's going to ride the same at the end of the year as it did at the beginning of the year. Super durable. It's going to have a little bit of dampness to it, which is awesome. I think of that as like a little bit of a suspension in your sidewall. So when you go to stop on your heels, it's going to feel a little better. Go to stop on your toes, it's going to feel a little better. But if you've seen me, I can ollie on a picnic tables. I still get the snap as a 47-year-old, so not something you got to worry about. So yeah, P-Tech sidewalls. Never buy a board that doesn't have P-Tech sidewalls. We use full wrap metal edges. A lot of brands stop their edge right here, and what's going to happen there is you're going to hit something, you're likely to get an edge pull, and the whole nose is exposed with P-Tech, so you hit something there, it's super easy to blow out. That full wrap metal edge is going to make the board more durable, and it's going to kind of act as a bumper. Imagine you're driving a car without a bumper. You just get anxiety everywhere you go. You need that bumper to make yourself feel better. That's what that full wrap metal edge does. Just makes the board stronger. We also use Bi-Light fiberglass. There's fiberglass in between the base and wood core and between the top sheet and wood core. And what that board does is it gives the board structure. When you put glue in that mesh, it just seizes everything up. When you put it in the press and gets to a certain temperature, that glue is going to seize up and hold the board together, which is awesome. You need fiberglass on every board. Every board should have fiberglass. If it doesn't, it's weird. We also use carbon in the Master Series, Graduate Series, and the Hybrid Series, our 3 free ride snowboards. It just gives the board a little bit more structure and a little more strength when you're going high speed down the hill. Chris Roach uses Carbon X. The Hybrid and Graduate use Carbon Vs. Carbon Vs just get a little bit more longer structure. The Carbon X is going to be a little more for Chris because he likes nose pressing and tail pressing, and just gives him a little bit more stability there. But yeah, so carbon in the board is, depending on what kind of a snowboard you're riding, more free ridey boards use carbon. The glue, obviously, I talked about the glue that glues everything together. We also use rubber dampening along the edges, a thin line of rubber dampening, and a little more on the nose and tail. And what that does is it holds the base, edge, and sidewall together. You're never going to have an edge pull. You're never going to, this and that. It also gives that board a little bit more suspension, a little bit more feel while riding. Softer, smoother Cadillac feel. And especially on the nose and tail, we use low profile nose and tails, just enough to float and powder and feel good. But when your board's up above the ground and you're riding around, you're going to get chatter. So what that extra rubber dampening does on the nose is it kills that chatter, and it's going to give you that extra smooth ride. What I really like about the boards, our Academy boards, made at Never Summer, is the smooth feel that they have. It's a feel that no other board in the world has. I've ridden every board out there. I used to be a snowboard coach. I know what snowboards ride like. I used to ride all my kids' boards, this and that, and these are the best. So those are the materials: top sheet, base, edge, sidewall, rubber dampening, fiberglass, carbon, wood core, glue. Basic materials. We like to make the best snowboards with the best materials. Academy's quality progression, and individuals quality first. So that's the deal with our boards. Materials 101. Thank you for listening to this episode of Still Talking. This one's a little bit longer than the rest. I'm going to just make longer, more in-depth content is what I love to do. It just helps me, helps you. So if you have any questions, comment below. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you on episode 10. We've made it to double digits. Thank you.